don't worry, all of your social media timelines aren't fooling you right now. All those new game trailers and announcements coming back to back isn't just a jump scare to that gaming backlog that you keep putting off for another day. Yeah, I know you're behind. It is officially Gamescom week over in Cologne, Germany, to which some of the biggest, inner industry and indie game teams come to basically, have a bodybuilder meetup and show off what they've been working on and flex what they have upcoming to release in the near future. It's your pretty standard video game sort of, Comic-Con equivalent, hosted yet again by Geoff Keighley, who finally broke their streak of getting Will Smith level interruptions at this same show. It's all a fun thing to watch, or waiting like a kid on Christmas for your timeline to relay the news, but Gamescom is still, ongoing for the rest of the week. So even though a purebred yapper like myself would just love to talk about the event in details, there's just too much to unpack, not even 2 days to the damn thing happening. I pretty much gotta wait until this real life seasonal event is over before I drop my review. Except, dude, I can't help but not resist the urge to talk about something, because look, imagine this scenario. There's a cool ass looking game that you saw announced at Gamescom that, even in its bare bones, looks like something that you would want to play since it's coming from one of your favorite video game genres, right? And even the person that's responsible for developing this title was once known as a legend to the gaming industry in general, because they revolutionized this same genre of games. However, that same dude is also known as a scammer. You see where I'm fucked up at, right? That is wholeheartedly the feelings that I got for the recently announced God Simulator game of Masters of Albion, which is being led by the industry veteran Peter Molyneux, who is known by many as the Messiah and Godfather of God game genres, with his development work on classic titles like, Populous and Black and White, but even being known for his work outside the genre on other cult classics like the original Xbox Fable games that have been kidnapped out of existence due to dead DRM. Good job, Microsoft. Now, like the God game name implies for the Masters of Albion's category of title, this is the kind of game where you can just let your possible inner ego run wild and, well, play a god over a simulation of some form of life. And in the Masters of Albion trailer that dropped yesterday at Gamescom, we saw a glimpse of this upcoming game that just had all the swag and engaging appeal of a mid-2000s era game, but briefly, with an explanation on how the game would allow you to customize not only every detail from the land that you oversee and its inhabitants' behaviors, even down with being able to equip them with bread swords, because why not? And it genuinely looks like a fun-ass game for fans of the simulation and strategy genre of titles, which, if you couldn't already tell, is my favorite flavoring to immerse myself in. Of course though, like I said, the game in its current state looks a little bit dated compared to most current games in the market, at least from what the trailer shows, but in my opinion, genuine fun triumphs over anything else. Plus bread swords. Need I say more? Now I know I'm gawking this game's meat just like I didn't just accuse the man behind it of maxing out his deception skill, but that's the level of confliction that I'm at with this game, because I can't just act like Peter Molyneux didn't go 2 for 2 on the 3-point line of losing the majority of players' trust in the past decade. You see, after Molyneux left Lionhead Studios in 2012, the late great company behind Xbox's Fable series, once again, good job Microsoft, he went on to do his own ventures of creating a new development company named 22 Cans. And with this company, his first game launch was a mobile title named Curiosity, which was an online community game with the goal of chipping away at a big ass Allspark looking cube to see who would get to the center of it first. And Molyneux even promised that, whoever was the winner of this competition would win some sort of prize that would be worth their time and crazy effort. But that prize turned out to be a special, god roll in the studio's next game, Goddess, and 1% of all revenue that game would ever see. Now that prize already sucked to begin with, but to make it even worse, the winner didn't even get either of those because the Goddess game flopped hard as hell on its initial Steam release. And the studio 22 Cans did not deliver on the promises that the game had on the Kickstarter page, which was the way how the game got funded in the first place. And once part of the staff started leaving the studio after this failure, they eventually lost contact with the winner and nothing was ever publicly received on their end. Yeah, but that's just the first instance of this happening. My mans had to double back for seconds on the mistrust leaderboards because it was only right, and there was no better way to do that in modern times than to launch a blockchain-based game and capitalize on the fear of missing out on the crypto market. Now, I don't even like talking about this kind of stuff, but if you don't know about blockchain, it's basically some sort of program using cryptocurrencies as a form of microtransactions, which was once considered a great idea in the height of crypto and its fake Wukong monkey images on the internet, but it eventually started to suck, especially now since a lot of these currencies have and are rapidly decreasing in value. However, in 2023, Molyneux finally launched his play-to-earn title of Legacy, which he allowed people to buy into 2 years prior for virtual land that was worth cryptocurrency. And it got so popular that he reportedly made around 50 million translated US dollars before the game even saw a light of day. But again, remember, I foreshadowed the fact that most cryptocurrency isn't worth more than a brick of shit now, so most of that land that players bought before the game had even come out has significantly dropped down in value, and if they kept the virtual land for as long as the period of the game's announcement to its release, it was nothing short of a terrible investment for any of the players. And once again, Peter just disappeared off into the horizon like the end of a heist movie into whatever KB hibernates and stacks his money in, only to come out yesterday at Gamescom to announce his return to what seems to be his origins with the game of Masters of Albion. So now hopefully you can understand why I say that I really want to play this game only in its best case scenario, which I don't even know if that even exists with a wild card like Peter Molyneux. And it sucks because I've seen half players share the sentiment of excitement on the internet and half extremely wary of disappointment of Molyneux's past failures in light of this news, which sucks because, like it or not, this guy for many people's childhoods and earlier gaming days is an absolute legend. I mean, if this game was announced 20 years ago, this would probably be one of the most hyped games of the year. So what do you guys think about Molyneux's upcoming game and what it could possibly be for the gaming industry? Feel free to comment down below. As always, if you like the video, subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see y'all.